Hello and welcome, and as you can see, I am once more on the Shotbow server, which means it's time for another vlog slash review. It's been a while, I know, sorry about that, but let's get into what the hell is it? Mine C is over here. Wasn't what I wanted to do. Let's actually get rid of that until we get into Mine C because I don't want to have people's chat in my video. Actually, let's turn it on because you cannot see my hand. Is there a way to just turn off the chat? That would be very, very helpful, but I do not know if there is such a thing. Let's take, oh no, let's take that one. And we are in the world. And we still haven't died. I don't know where the fuck I am, though. Could you go away, text? Okay. It's time for me to eat. Zombie flesh. That's not good, but it's all I have. Do I not have anything else? Nope, I do not. Ugh. Anyway, today, as you probably saw by the title, we are going to do a review of Messiah, which I played on this channel. You should go watch the series because it's a super fun game. So maybe you should just go play it actually. Let's actually heal a bit. Sorry about this. I'm being a little distracted by the game. Damn it. I don't have any weapons. I have 5 arrows, which I can hit things with. Doesn't really do much though. Anyway, Messiah. Messiah is a action platformer from the mid-90s, late 90s. I can't actually remember. Help yourself. Yeah, why? But yeah, it's a really, really fun game in which you control an angel who has been thrown out of heaven in order to stop Satan from taking over the world. And he has to do it by possessing other humans. It's pretty cool. You have to possess the right people to gain access to certain areas and also to gain access to certain abilities and certain weapons. And you have to like it. And some are easier to possess than others, and also you have to not actually they make sure they don't notice that you possess them, which can be kind of difficult. It's a super fun game, but difficult as hell. The platforming part of the game is actually pretty good. This is strange. It actually works better than most of Alice's platforming abilities, though not as good as the game, obviously. Yeah, it has a lot of flaws, especially the version that I played, because I got Messiah just around, I was about to say when it just came out, and just never played it, but that's a lie. I got it a couple of years later. I never got around to playing it. I still have like 3 or 4 games in my collection, old and new, that I still have not played, and I have no idea why. Well, Messiah was actually because I just forgot I had it. I think my original computer wasn't able to run it. That might have been it. I had one of my first computers back in the early, which wasn't my first, it was probably my second in the late 90s, was kind of crap. It wasn't until in the early 2000s I got a decent computer able to play more than simple games. But anyway, Messiah is a super fun game with a lot of action, both platforming and shooting, and of course the possessing. There's a bit of adventure game in it as well, and it's all in a kind of like sci-fi dystopian future with and where you have to you have to beat the devil pretty much. And it's oh yeah, the whole what I was where I was actually going with the whole rant about not by the game itself being old and buggy was actually that shortly after I started playing Messiah for my channel, uh, another version was released, and that was the good old games version, which means that of course a lot of bugs had been fixed, and it was easier compatible with newer computers. But I had already started playing the other one, so I decided to just do that still. Unfortunately, that meant that most of the time, cutscenes would not show up on the recording, and if I recorded the same time as there would be a cutscene, the computer, not the computer, but the game would crash. This of course is nothing to do with the game itself. This has something to do with the fact that it was made for a different operating system, probably Windows 98 or maybe even Windows 95. Although I think it was Windows 98. Where am I going? But if you have the possibility, the option of playing Messiah, I would say do it. And if you don't, watch my videos. It's a kind of weird game. In a good way. Most weird games are weird in a good way. But and there was actually going to be another game, not a sequel or anything, but Clive Barker, a horror writer who wrote the books Hellraiser and Candyman are based on, who also has created two other games, uh, Undying and Jericho. He was working on a game in which you were a demon possessing people and you could do horrifying things with them and to them in a non-sexual manner, that is. Or at least, I don't know, probably. But the game was never released. Unfortunately, I can't remember what it was called, but you can probably do some kind of YouTube slash Google search, Slybaga, possessing, stuff like that. There is a demo of a small trailer type thing floating around, which shows off how awesome this game would have been. Ugh, what might have been? Ugh, we'll never know. Anyway, because Messiah has something to do with heaven and hell, I decided to review Christian movies. With that said, not all of these movies is actually based on Christian values, but some of them are just kinda inspired by the Christian mythology. And yes, I did say mythology. The first movie I'm going to mention is not actually one movie, but a trilogy. It is Left Behind. This is a movie starring Kirk Cameron, a Christian nutcase, and not just because he's a Christian, he is basically a Christian and a nutcase, but the two of them kinda go hand in hand in his case. Well, this trilogy is about it's based on a book series by the same name about Judgment Day. I have reached the end of the world. Speaking of Judgment Day, um, this world has changed a lot since last I played. What's all the towns? And I don't mean that mushroom town. I should probably kill myself. I'll do that at the end of the video. I will kill myself, and we will start over because this place sucks. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Left Behind is a movie about where people suddenly disappear. It's the rapture and all that shit. And some of the people are left behind. And the weird thing is, some of these are good Christians. But I guess that's just not enough for God, that tyrant. So, there's a war going on and all kinds of weird shit happening, and the Antichrist and a banning of the Bible or something like that. I can't remember. I saw the third movie recently, but the first two I saw ages ago, and let me just say, they are horrible. It's shit. But if you want to laugh at weird Christian ideas and stupid dialogue, then go ahead and watch them. I'm not saying that Christians are dumb, but the ones in this movie is, including Kirk Cameron. The next movie is called Fireproof, and it also stars Kirk Cameron. This one is kinda. It's not horrible, but it's not good, and they could have made it better. It's about a couple, where one of them is played by Kirk Cameron, that kind of is falling apart. They don't really love each other anymore, and blah blah blah. And Kirk Cameron is a fireman, by the way. That's where the title Fireproof comes in. But basically, his father tells him of a method that he used to get his mother, or did he? Spoiler alert, I'm not gonna say, so it's not actually a spoiler. But this method is something about doing nice stuff, nice things each day, nice and unselfish things each day for 40 days. It seems like what a normal person would do anyway. But anyway, but the wife, and this is not me being sexist or anything, the wife is basically a bitch. No matter what he does, she just don't like it. I think it's something to do with the main argument is something about him watching porn. It's another one of those morals. Porn is bad, kind of things, and basically that's he. Okay, this might be a spoiler. He gets to stop watching porn. He smashes his computer. Yeah, that's the way to do it. To be honest, the movie, if they left out everything to do with God and that whole porn addiction thing, it wouldn't be that terrible of a movie. But it really, it's oh my God, the God bit is basically that we should thank God for our own decisions and our own moral standards and our values, and don't accept anything as our own. And basically also that God is a tyrant. The guy actually, the father in the movie, the guy who plays Kirk Cameron's father in the movie, actually says that God is. Oh, what is he? What does he say? He basically says that in God's eye, to think about committing murder is the same as committing murder. So, holy motherfucker. So if you just think about it, well, then you might as well have done it. So it's basically God is an unfair tyrant, and this place is pretty cool. But yeah, Fireproof, like I said, without the Christianity and as a zombie and that whole oh my God, porn is bad type thing, then yeah, it would still have been a bad movie actually. Next up, we have Godspell. It's a musical about God. And to be honest, I can't really remember much of it. Most of the songs were stupid. The only song I really remember was that whole Day by Day type song, Loving You More Creepily or something, I can't remember. It starred a very young Victor Garber, which is not something you see every day, especially because he's old now. But I had never seen a Victor Garber movie with him being young. Actually, I did not know his name until I saw that movie. I just thought, he seems familiar. But yeah, it's really a weird movie about some people dressed as clowns going around pretending to be Jesus, or maybe they are Jesus. Well, one of them are, and then they sing. It's from the 70s, so that might explain a lot. Next movie is now we get to the point where it's no longer about the whole Christian value thing, and these next two movies, the last two movies, is actually both considered to be blasphemous and controversial, especially We can make mushroom stew now, especially by the Christian community. The first one I'm going to mention is Life of Brian. And if you have not seen Life of Brian yet, then what the fuck have you been doing with your life? Life of Brian is, of course, a Monty Python movie starring all the regular Monty Python people, and with Eric Idle as Brian the Prophet, Jesus' drunk brother. That's not a part of the movie, but, you know, I got a grenade. Ooh, a helmet. Doo-doo-doo. Look at me. I have a hairnet. I'm a koala with a hairnet. Shut up. And Life of Brian is a very, very funny movie about a mistaken prophet. A guy who gets mistaken for a prophet. A guy called Brian, that is. Can I not? No, I can't get in here. I'm gonna sue somebody. But it's a really, really funny movie, but the Christians did not like it. At least that's what I've heard. The next movie is also being considered blasphemous and controversial, and it is by Martin Scorsese. It is called The Last Temptation of Christ, starring Willem Dafoe as Jesus Howard Christ. And this is a very, very great movie. I don't see how it's blasphemous, to be honest. In my opinion, it actually sets Jesus and the whole Christian community in a much better light than they do themselves. Because, I don't know, it makes Jesus seems more like a real person than some kind of demigod, or God as you, in the matter of fact, is. But, oh God, hello, oh, go away, no, leave me alone, Jesus, zombie Jesus, go away. Yeah, The Last Temptation of Christ is, in fact, a good movie about Jesus. This guy, right here, Green Zombie Jesus, I'm smacking him. And, I have to say, I've made a little fun of Christians in this video. I have nothing against Christians. You can choose to believe in Jesus in any way you like. Just get him the fuck away from me. Go away. Go away. I don't like you. Okay. Ooh, land. Oh. Maybe I will not kill myself because I am actually getting somewhere. If I can get away from this fucking zombie. Go away! Okay. Aha! I am the zombie slayer. The Jesus slayer. The Jesus lizard. No. Anyway, let's sum up. Messiah, awesome game. But you should probably get the good old games version, since it will probably run a lot smoother. And the movies Left Behind trilogy is shit. Fireproof, not as bad, but still shit. Godspell, a movie about Jesus and songs, not really that good. Life of Brian, funny as hell, and The Last Temptation of Christ is actually an excellent movie. And I think that's it for now. I'll see you next time for more vlogging, reviewing, whatever you want to call what the hell I'm doing. I'm not even sure. Bye.